Interjection here from Nation of Warriors with another first-person 1v1 commentary. In this game, I'll be playing Ottoman versus Portuguese. The map is Great Lakes. It is the frozen-over version of the Great Lakes, and we are playing on the Asian dynasties, not the vanilla today. Most of my commentaries are made on the vanilla, and for those of you who don't know, the vanilla is actually the unupgraded version of Age of Empires 3. Basically, the original Age of Empires 3 before any of the expansion packs came out. Now, the reason I mention this is because Ottoman is different on TAD. The Asian dynasties, you actually start with less wood here, and the mosque there, I'm building a mosque, and I've built a trading post as well, and those two buildings are actually, they cost less on the Asian dynasties. The mosque only costing 100 wood here instead of 250 wood, and your trading post only costing 200 wood instead of 250 wood, so some nice wood savings there for those buildings. But yeah, before I get into this commentary, the first thing I want to mention is I'm going to ask you, do you know who King Eric is? BTM. He makes videos on Age of Empires 3, and he's had this Ottoman week all week, where he's been playing Ottoman all week, obviously, and he's been posting videos on that, and I thought I'd pay tribute to that Ottoman week by making an Ottoman commentary myself, putting my own perspective on the Ottoman. Anyway, yeah, so let me know. Now I'm going to discuss what I think are two options available to you with the Ottoman at the very start of the game, with regards to all of that wood on the floor. You can either, I guess, build, you're definitely going to have to build a house for population, obviously, otherwise you might miss a settler. Don't want to be doing that, because Ottoman settlers take 48 seconds to train, very long time to train, compared to your average settler, which only takes 25 seconds to train. Obviously, though, you actually don't have to pay anything for these settlers, which is pretty good. So you're going to have to build a house, but your second option is building a trading post. Now the trading post obviously grants you a hefty amount of XP, and obviously XP is going to help you get these shipments faster. Obviously the more XP you have, the more shipments you get. That is what XP does, obviously. My first shipment here is 3 settlers, pretty standard for almost every civ, because the amount of resources they generate over the course of the game, considering you get them so early, is absolutely immense. Anyway, back to this trading post. Your Ottoman settlers, obviously, if they train for free, you don't actually get any build experience when they train. Obviously, when you train a settler, you get 10 XP, but you don't get that with Ottoman. So I guess they have a lot less XP compared to other civilizations early on. So yeah, having the trading post helps mitigate that problem. And your second option, I guess, is building a mosque here. You can see with this settler here, I'm shooting those deer. Didn't actually move that time. Maybe I'll shoot it again. There we go. They're going to run. I'm shooting them in the direction of my town centre. So those deer are some nicely placed huntable animals next to my town centre. That's a technique called herding. That's pretty standard. If you anyway. And I'm now about to age up as well, and we'll just see what time I age. Here we are, 242, I believe. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The Ottoman, the other option available to you with that wood, I guess, on the Asian dynasties, is building a mosque and getting the upgrade called the millet system there, which decreases the train speed of settlers by 5 train points, which is the equivalent of 5 seconds. So I guess 1 train point is 1 second. It's a nice thing to know that. So that means your Ottoman settlers only take 43 seconds to train rather than 48, which over the course of the game is a huge amount of resources you'll be generating just for a 100 wood upgrade, because each settler you'll receive 5 seconds sooner, so in theory he has 5 seconds more gather time. But it's those two options available to you, and I personally prefer the trading post first of all, because I want to get those, as you can see, I've already got 1.5 shipments, and I'm not even in the colonial age, and in age 2, those shipments are worth 700 resources each, which is, so yeah, the 700 resources is actually quite a lot, so the more of them I have, the better, the stronger my colonial will be. Yeah, so that's why I'm going for XP here, that's why I want the trading post. Mosque itself also generates XP. I haven't actually got the millet system yet, which is that upgrade, obviously, because I don't have enough wood for it, but I can get that pretty soon. That's why I've got the mosque as well. I guess I could have built a market and got hunting dogs, but that would have slowed my age up down, because I'd have to collect some wood. I guess that's option 3, market and hunting dogs. But yeah, the mosque also generates 0.4 XP per second as a trickle, an XP trickle, which is really nice. Anyway, we've now hit the colonial age, and I've sent some forward settlers, and I'm collecting up this 400 wood I aged up with. I chose to age up with 400 wood. My 3 settlers here, I'm going to build. I'm just using that house there to mark just to make sure I'm not too close to his town centre. Obviously, you can't build buildings too close to your opponent's town centre. But I'm going to build 2 barracks here with that 400 wood. Obviously, 200 wood is exactly, sorry, 400 wood is exactly what you need for 2 barracks. And my first shipment there, which I sent the moment I hit age 2, I clicked the button as soon as I hit age 2, 700 wood. That's going to come around. I'm going to collect that up, and that's going to give me a few houses, because you can see I've only got 15 out of 20 population here. There you go. My next shipment is 700 food. And I'll talk about that shipment in a moment. I also just got a millet system there. This 700 wood is also going to get me some more trading posts, obviously millet system, and obviously these houses going up here. And from that first barracks, which is now built, I'm now building the second one with my 3 settlers. I sent quite a few obviously 3 settlers there to get these buildings up quickly, because I want to get in his base and pressure him. Really start. Oh, I pressed the bell button there. If you press B on your keyboard, it puts all of your settlers in the town center, which was really irritating for me, because you don't need to put all your settlers in your town if some military units turn up. You need to put the settlers in the area which is being pressured. Anyway, that's not relevant here. These 5 Jans, sending them straight into my opponent's base now. I'm going to try and shoot a settler. Not going to get too close to his town center, because if he puts settlers in that town center, then I'll just lose Janissaries. It's just not worth getting close to a town center until you have a decent sized force. Obviously, right now, I got millet system, but I'm thinking I probably shouldn't have done. I probably should have got the trading post upgrade. You see, I'm sending 700 coin here, but I delete it quickly and send 600 wood instead, because there's loads of trading posts on this map, and I want to grab them up as quickly as I can. You can see here those Janissaries taking shots from those town centers. Not good there. I probably shouldn't have gone in until all 10 arrived, and then I can start sieging that house. I can't find any settlers, so I'm going to siege this house. Not going to go for that town center. Absolutely no way I bring that down. There's 2 of them. He's Portuguese. Jesus Christ. Obviously, because each additional settler you put inside a town center, it does more damage to any units nearby. We all know this. Anyway, that 700 food that I sent before the 600 wood here, with the food I've already collected it all up. That was to help my Janissary spam. It's unfortunate there's one Janissary in his base there, just died. But I'm going to spam out Janissaries. Some people prefer to send the 700 coin and instead of double barracks have a stable or an artillery foundry, but I went double Jan here. Obviously that 700 coin would help you train hussars or Abus guns, but since I'm going straight up Jans, I'm going to send 700 food. Don't really like sending 700 food, because food is the fastest gathering resource, so in theory 700 coin or 700 wood would take your settlers longer to collect that, so it's actually a better shipment. 700 food is just not a good shipment because of that. Wood just takes much longer to gather, so 700 wood is just far better. Obviously, still killing these houses, definitely going to not get anywhere near that town. So we can see I have 700 coin shipment just about to arrive, just there, and I also have 478 wood, 200 of which I'm going to use to build a stable, and then I can use the coin shipment to help me spam hussars. I could have gone for an artillery foundry and obviously used the coin to train Abus guns costing 50 food, 100 coin, hussars costing 120 food, 80 coin, yeah, and the other 200 wood, since I've gone for a stable here, I'm going to use to get the trading post upgrade there, because I'm going to keep building trading posts, and they're going to be generating me XP. Sorry, going to be generating me resources. You can see, my opponent's just gone Fortress Age. He's aged up, obviously he's Portuguese, gets that free covered wagon, and because of that, I've marched my Janissary straight into his base just to kill that trading post as it goes up, because I know, judging from the lack of military units he's trained, that this guy is pulling an FF. Wasn't actually going for an FF, he was going for a fast industrial. Yeah, but I suppose I could have worked out from his deck, and I kind of had an inkling that he would do it, because these town centers he's got in this game, I should definitely not be getting anywhere near them, and that is especially relevant in this game, because these town centers have the colonial militia upgrade. It's an age 1 home city shipment, which increases the attack damage of town centers, all town centers, by 50%. So those town centers are particularly deadly. So really don't want to get close to them, and that's gonna help him get to the Fortress Age and the Industrial Age, etc. Good job I killed that extra town center. Really, I don't want that shooting more damage at me with his settlers inside it. Obviously, now I've got the upgrade, I'm going to switch all of them to wood. As mentioned, wood is the it takes the longest to gather out of all the resources. So in theory, if I get the same amount for each time, the same amount of any resource each time the Travelers guy passes, the stagecoach passes, then wood is the most cost-effective one to get. Also, I'm going to use the wood to get market upgrades and more trading posts, etc., and military buildings should I need them. 600 coin here as well, going to help me with my Hussar spam, my Janissary spam, just more resources coming in, helping me out here. You see there, I'm going to go for his trading post, but I changed my mind. I'm going to walk straight back into his base and kill that stable going up. We also have to remember that the colonial militia card, which obviously I'm aware of, but wasn't thinking straight in the game, also gives him access to another set of Minutemen. In fact, way more Minutemen. You get the ability to send, I don't know how many, but a lot more than the standard Minutemen shipment. Well, the technology, research, whatever it is. It costs 400 food, 400 coin, and you get loads of Minutemen, and they really do help him defend his town as well, and get to the industrial age. But here, now I'm going to go, now that I've killed that stable, I'm going to go straight for this trading post. I'm going to send my Hussars back in, going to keep him off these hunts, prevent him from getting any food, maybe kill some... I didn't kill any settlers, but obviously it's because he's attentive. I could kill some settlers, that'd be great, but, you know, it doesn't always happen. At least I scared him off. Now 600 food coming around as well. 600 food is probably the worst stage 2 shipment. It's in my deck because if I'm going to go... sometimes I might do a straight up Jan rush, which is literally no trading posts, well, just the one, I guess, the one you build at the very start of the game, but you just go 700 food, 600 food, straight up Jans, but, yeah, I'm sending 600 food, it's going to help with the spam, I guess. Here, got 2 settlers, maybe, do I get 3? 3? No, just 2. Oh, 3. Yeah, anyway, so now I'm going to siege this town centre. Really... I guess at that time in the game, I genuinely thought that was the best thing to do. I couldn't see any houses around. I couldn't really get any settlers. It doesn't really have any military units. So yeah, I'm not even looking. I'm setting up these trading posts. I've got 5 more Jans about to pop, and I'm sending the 5 Jan shipment as well. And there you go. That's not the colonial militia, but that is just the standard militia, I guess. I don't want to fight them. Because Minutemen, obviously, they only cost 150 food, 150 coin. That's basically, in theory, what, 3 musketeers worth of resources just for 6 Minutemen. And Minutemen are very powerful. And when they die, when you kill them, you don't actually get any XP for doing that. So, always run from Minutemen. It's just a waste. And obviously, Minutemen die over time, so you don't even have to fight them. And now I'm going to go back in, now that the Minutemen are probably weakened. Here I'm getting... some upgrades, getting that coin one, the one that costs coin rather, that's going to increase my settler build limit. I didn't realise I had all 25 settlers. I don't know how long I've had that for. And also the since all these trading posts are on wood, I can get some nice upgrades in there. Really, I should probably change them. I don't need any more wood. So I'm going to... Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm changing them onto food and coin. Obviously, food isn't the best one, but I do need food for Hussars and Janissaries. So food and coin is what I'm going to switch them to. So here I am sieging this town centre, taking a lot of damage from these from that colonial militia town centres. Okay, the point of him going to the industrial age, you might think that's a bit odd, but the Portuguese in the industrial age, if done properly, have some seriously good some units available to them. You get, obviously, factories, heavy cannons. Fast Industrial is all about those heavy cannons, really. Absolutely insane. Like, they're not like falconets. You can't just, like, shoot off a couple of volleys and kill them. You really do have to get some culverins or hussars up close. Obviously, here he's sent his colonial militia. That caused him basically to waste, well, not waste, but spend 400 food and 400 coin on Minutemen here, which hopefully, you know, obviously it's going to slow his industrial down, but he needs to do it, I guess. I don't know, I can't be sure whether it was worth it for him, but I did have to fight. I guess I lost as I was walking back. I did lose a few Janissaries, and he now gets the if he's quick, he should be able to get the repair of Ottoman on his town centre and get some of that HP back. And then when I start attacking it again, any wood left over from the repair he gets back, so yeah, it's not wasted wood if I interrupt the repair. But now he's got dragoons. And yeah, as he is now in the Fortress Age, the reason I just didn't stay Janissary, I could have just massed Jans and not bothered with any other mix in my units, but the Portuguese have access to Caçadores. obviously skirmish type unit, and Castadors have a 50% ranged resist. So countering them with Janissaries is a little bit silly, really, especially since Castadors do, well, I don't know what it is, like 18 multiplied by 2 versus infantry. So I'm going to need some Hussars to counter Castadors, which I was expecting. It hasn't gone Castadors here, he's gone Dragoons. Or from that stable, I guess, and maybe a shipment, I can't be sure. And also he's got a lot of Minutemen. This time I think it was definitely cost effective for him to send them. Obviously he's wasted, well not wasted, but used another 800 resources on Minutemen. But I think he got a good use out of them that time, definitely. Because now I don't really have that much military. Not much of, well, obviously it's a problem, but I can definitely retrain units due to my economy. I've got all of the trailing posts available to me, except that one in his base. Obviously I can't get that because his town center, you can't build buildings too close to your opponent's town center. But yeah, I'm gonna keep training Janissaries and Hussars here. Thinking about it now, Abasguns alright against Dragoons. So Janissaries, I guess, but he also has this card in his deck which increases the range of Dragoons by a lot. It's an Industrial Age card, and then the only unit I could possibly train which would reach them is Abasguns. So, like, Janissaries don't have enough range. Obviously, Hussars are countered by Dragoons. Yeah, so Abasguns might have been a good decision as opposed to Hussars, but obviously I was expecting him to go Castador, so that's why I trained the Hussars here. So now I'm going to go back in. Really, I should go straight for them houses, but... Oh, I do. Oh, no, I don't. Here you go, I'm going to go for the town centre. Obviously, he sent both his Minutemen, hasn't he? So I guess he can't... Oh, I go for the houses here. Yeah, the houses are the best thing to go for here, because I can definitely maybe get 1 or 2 houses, maybe 3 houses, but I doubt I'd get an entire town centre. I might do, but he can always pop something out, and, you know, like Minutemen... Like, not the colonial militia Minutemen, but the cheap normal Minutemen. And then, you know, it's just not worth me staying then. But yeah, here I'm removing his houses. I'm going to send these Hussars over to those settlers over there. I saw some dead hunts. See over here, I'm going to try and get some settler kills in. Killing the market. I definitely think it's worth killing markets, because if you have a market... Oh, I see a fort. I'm going to kill that fort, obviously. If he got that up, might have been a different game, because it's definitely be very difficult for me to siege his base then, and then he could get industrial and ship his factories and all this shit that's going to help him win. Like, fast industrial, like, I think that really, like, it's just that or most people, well, me, definitely me, I have absolutely no idea what to do against a fast industrial. You just don't expect it, and I think it's that element of surprise which makes fast industrial viable sometimes. It's not a bad strategy at all, it's just, I guess this doesn't make a particularly interesting video because there's no kind of action, military going on. I don't know. I have way too much coin here. I should have put some of those trading posts on food, but I guess it's just pride because food is, you know, the least efficient one to collect. Here I'm going to send my Hussars straight into hand combat with Musketeers. Do not ask me why I did that. I do that, see here, I literally don't understand why I did that. Even in the game I was like, what? Anyway, back to this fast industrial. He also has, you can ship your factories, and you can then train heavy cannon, and like, as I say, those things are beastly. Can have access to guard units though, probably not worth it straight away. And he's got this trading post going up, so he killed all my Hussars there, so good move for him. And I'm going to go start sieging this town centre whilst it's being built. Similar to when I destroyed the Fortress Age one, except this time it's far too much built, and he's got units defending it, and it's just a waste of Janissaries. So yeah, as I say, it's just like not worth taking fire from those town centres. Anything in there just gets absolutely wrecked. Which is why I was killing houses and things, because those things are easy to kill, and then if anything pops out to defend, then I can just run away, and, you know, I'm more likely to kill 1 or 2 houses than I am bring down a town centre. And if you damage your town centre, you know, you can repair it, and it costs half the wood it would take to repair something compared to building a new one. So yeah, still, I'm faced with this crisis here, like, and I felt this earlier. I could have gone Fortress Age. Obviously, in the Fortress Age, I'd have access to military shipments instead of these resources. I get stuff like and falconets and you know, stuff like that that's going to help me siege. It's going to be more effective. Or I could stay Age 2 and continue to mass. I wasn't sure though. I don't know how I should have approached it, because Fortress Age, obviously the Falconets, etc., then can push him, but maybe I give him too much time. Maybe I'm not pressuring him enough. As you can see, he's already got a factory up. Maybe if he got that fort up, this would be a different game. But see, I'm just going to go straight for that factory because, you know, fuck the heavy cannons, man. I am not letting him get one of them out. But, you know, here I don't realise, or I'm not thinking straight. You know, he's going to send the, you know, another set of militia. You know, he's got another town centre. He just aged up, gets a fresh town centre, and there you go, a whole bunch of militia. The ones that cost 400 food and 400 coin. But I'm just going to tank it out, keep sieging that factory. Not going to let him repair that. And there it's down. And then I guess I could run, but then you know, as I'm running, I'd take loads of shots on the way out from both the town centers, the Minutemen, everything. So maybe, I don't know, it might have been best to run, but then it might have been best to just stand and fight. But he resigned, so I guess it was best to stand and fight. It was a pretty, I did enjoy that one, because it was, I had this mental crisis going on. I really didn't know whether I should have gone Fortress or just stayed Colonial. In the end, I stayed Colonial, I guess, obviously. If you enjoyed the video, please do throw it a like, show it some love, and if you want to make a suggestion on what civilization I should play or what I should do, do post it. I do read every comment. If you have any questions at all, then the best place for me really is Twitter. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and do subscribe for more. And if you're interested in joining Nation of Warriors, then get in contact or click the link in the description of this video to apply on our forums.